This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. First this evening, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office investigators are now asking the public for help in determining what happened to a man found with a gunshot wound at a Lakewood Ranch park. Sheriff's deputies say 23-year-old Alex Chirp was murdered earlier this month. He was found outside of his Mercedes with gunshot wounds in the parking lot of Greenbrook Park. Investigators believe he was shot sometime around 11 o'clock the night of Saturday, February 4th, and they believe Chirp was targeted. Detectives have identified 2 possible suspects but have not released their names.
My faith in Jesus Christ is pulling me through, and he will continue to pull me through. And I've been praying, and I believe these bad cowards will be caught and brought to justice because God listens to my prayers.
Anyone with information about this case is asked to call the Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. The attorney who is representing a former Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy charged with attempted murder is now asking to step down from the case. The attorney for Frankie Bybee asking for a judge to withdraw. He wants to withdraw from the case. The former deputy is charged with 6 felonies, including attempted murder and criminal use of personal information. No reason was given for the attorney's request. He's expected to have a hearing on that next month. Plans to turn the old Manatee County Jail into affordable housing have fallen apart. According to the developer, he and the county received a lot of resistance from the clerk of courts and the sheriff's office over having an unsecured building next to the current judicial center. The developer decided to back out and says it wasn't his place to make sure the county departments would come together on the project. During a workshop today, county leaders discussed the possibility of knocking down the building, but no decisions were made. The numbers are in and they are impressive. The Sarasota County Sports Commission has just released its economic figures on the impact of sports in the county. ABC7's Rick Adams is joining us now live with more from Nathan Benderson Park, home of the World Rowing Championships. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, whether it's rowing or another sport, sporting events here in Sarasota County have become big business. Sarasota County is seeing a lot of green when it comes to sporting events. These events generated an economic impact of more than $178.5 million in 2016. That's a 23% increase compared to the year before.
Of course, we use the beach as a primary factor when telling people about our area and why they should bring their event here because, you know, when the event concludes on the field, they can head out to the beach and see a gorgeous sunset.
The Sarasota County Sports Commission hosted 135 events in 2016, which is 20% more than 2015. Having the Orioles spring training in Sarasota is a huge draw. The biggest moneymaker, though, in 2016 was the 32nd annual Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix, which brought in more than $37 million.
It makes us feel really good. One, you know, a charity is running the event and proceeds benefit a charity. But what's great is year after year, we've seen the economic impact increase.
Following the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix, the U.S. Soccer Nike International event at the Premier Sports Campus brought in more than $9 million to the area. The Venice Equestrian Tour comes in with an economic impact of nearly $4.5 million. Numbers for the USA Field Hockey President's Day Cup are at more than $4 million. And the United States Australian Football League National Championship had an economic impact of more than $1.5 million. Rowing events at Nathan Benderson Park also always bring in big numbers. Max Winnitz with the World Rowing Championships tells us this year's event in September is expected to have an economic impact of $25 million.
We're expecting 40,000 spectators from 60-plus countries. We, of course, are expecting a large audience from around the region, around the state, but we know those stands are going to be full of international spectators.
In addition to the World Rowing Championships, many other events, including the USA Volleyball Beach Junior Championships, will take place in Sarasota County, as well as the State BMX Championships, among many others. And for a list of upcoming sporting events, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting live this evening from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. And now let's head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast. Of course, the weather, a big draw to host those events here.
Absolutely. The weather and the beaches is just gorgeous down here typically. And 68 degrees right now, pretty warm and mild if you consider the second week on into February now. And the dew point is 65 degrees. Oh, humidity 90%, so it's up there as the winds are out of the south-southwest at 9. The pressure has been rising at 29.99 inches. Well, high pressure is going to get bumped out of here as this frontal system approaches. It is producing some thunderstorms out there in the Gulf of Mexico. What we're going to look at tonight, some fog forming and rolling in and then dissipating rather quickly. It will turn windy. You see the winds already estimated to be up to anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusts as high as 25. Small craft advisory is in effect for coastal waters throughout the morning and afternoon. We have a marginal chance of some thunderstorms. It looks like the severe storms will stay to our north right now, but we'll keep an eye on it for you. We'll have much more on this and another system developing on Saturday, coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. The Venice Police Department is investigating a multi-vehicle crash. It happened this evening at the intersection of Benicia Bay Boulevard and US 41 bypass. 4 vehicles were involved in this head-on collision. Officers are still learning the extent of the injuries. The crash caused Venice PD to close the southbound lanes for about an hour. The Northport Police Department is searching for 2 suspects accused of stealing merchandise from a Walmart. The police department says the incident happened at the location on Tamiami Trail in Northport. Police say the men stole $1,700 worth of merchandise and then drove off in a red or maroon 4-door vehicle. Anyone with information is asked to call the Northport Police Department. And speaking of, Northport detectives and officers are celebrating Valentine's Day with some love from the community. The police department and fire rescue received some handmade cards from students at Glen Allen Elementary School. Officers say it was a great way to see the kids involved with their positive behavior support program, which includes students who are staying out of trouble and showing respect. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the full forecast, plus what requests Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan has for the Trump administration, and the progress on a possible health insurance merger and a major move by one company regarding Obamacare.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Hello, America. I'm John Crode. It's Tuesday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. And tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $38 million. To win that jackpot, you must bet C's 5 white balls plus that gold mega ball. Now, let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight. Our first winning number tonight is 7. That's followed by 11. Up next, we have 68. That's followed by 60. And your final white ball for this Tuesday evening is 33. Now for the Mega Ball. Tonight's Mega Ball number is 15. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 7, 11, 68, 60, 33, and the gold Mega Ball is 15. Now, don't match all 6 numbers. Friday's jackpot could be $46 million. Good luck and play on, America.
I love big bling for little Ching. That's why I only wear Spectralite diamonds from Created Gems. Or I wear nothing at all.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights. ABC7, My Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch My Suncoast News wherever you are. On our live stream, on our newly redesigned MySuncoast.com, and a brand new ABC7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, and dining with recipes in all the hottest Suncoast restaurants. Visit MySuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab to download the ABC7 My Suncoast app for iOS and Android.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s. Don't miss the Luxury by the Bay event, Saturday, January 21st from noon till 4 p.m. at Harbor Isle. Water ski show, luxury cars, wine tasting, model home tours, and more.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Don't hate me because I'm blingable. Get your bling on with affordable Spectralite diamonds exclusively at Created Gems in Gold and Silver, where you always get big bling for little ching.
Bob, not a bad Valentine's night.
Yes, and day two of pretty much all day long. A great night tonight, and temperatures are still very warm at this hour, and it looks like we're going to see some slightly cooler temperatures move in later on, but a pretty nice night tonight. Here's what's going on. I want to show you some photos that were sent in from Siesta Key. This is Fred Seeger. They had the renewing of the vows today out there in Siesta Key. Lots of couples showing up for that wonderful event on this day, and here's another shot. Some folks just kind of sitting back watching the sunset. That's another nice thing to do for Valentine's Day, is to sit out there and enjoy and relax. And it was a nice, relaxing evening for the most part. We are starting to see some fog form, but it's mainly to the north of us right now. And a beautiful sunset from the Van Wezel webcam time lapse. You can see the water and the seas are rather calm, and it looks like seas and winds will be picking up, though. Unfortunately, not the best boating day tomorrow. Things are going to get a little rough out there as a result of this frontal system, which is now producing some pretty big storms out there in the Gulf of Mexico. And we have a very active lower jet stream, if you will, right over the top of the Gulf of Mexico. And on top of that, a very active polar jet. And those two factors coming into play will kick off some pretty big thunderstorms, I think, tomorrow from Alabama, Georgia, and into North Florida. Right now, that activity will be moving through our area, looks like sometime after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I mentioned the fog. It is starting to develop to the north of us, and we'll start to see this increase, I think, in terms of coverage down south, already down to about 1.5 mile visibility at Punta Gorda Airport at this time, 8 miles visibility at the Venice Airport. Currently, we have 68 degrees under fair skies, and the dew point temperature at 65, humidity 90%. The pressure 29.99 inches, and that is rising. Winds are out of the south-southwest, and they'll be increasing in intensity out of the southwest throughout the day tomorrow, eventually switching to the northwest late in the evening, and that will usher in some cooler air. Estimated temperature high of 85 degrees today from the Sarasota-Brayton Airport, a couple degrees above the average of 73, 64 the morning low. That too, well above where it normally is for this time of year. We could use some rainfall. We're not going to see a whole lot of a widespread coverage of excessive amounts, but 1/4 of an inch will not be out of the question for some people. Temperatures right now, 68 in Bradenton, 67 in Mayaca City, 65 in Arcadia. The water temperature, a very warm 71 degrees right now. And as far as that wind goes, you can see just at around 9 a.m. picking up out of the southwest, and then throughout the afternoon increasing up to 20 to 25 miles an hour at times. And we could see some higher gusts up to maybe 25 to almost 30 miles an hour as the line of showers moves in. Now, the main energy will be to the north of us. This is the forecast for 11:30 tomorrow. Look for the fog to be around, and then we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the morning with increasing clouds in the afternoon. And then the actual line itself looks like to be progressing through our area sometime after 3 o'clock, and a few showers out ahead of it could develop as well. So anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5 o'clock, we'll see showers and storms around. Eventually, the system will clear out of here. This is at 8:30, looking at the line now well down to the south of our viewing area. And then some residual clouds on that colder air that will be funneling in across our area throughout the evening on Thursday, I should say on Wednesday and Thursday morning. Thursday morning, low temperatures will be into the 40s in places, and with a little bit of a wind, it'll make it feel much colder. That's the main storm right now across the U.S. Some lake effect snow is occurring into parts of Michigan as well in the western New York, but snow is as far south today as Texas and Oklahoma, causing some terrible driving conditions there, and more rain is in store. Not a lot, but some up to 2.5 inches of rainfall for parts of California. You can see the temperatures not all that cold right now, into the 30s and 40s, 44 in Dallas. And some of that cooler air will start to filter into our region on in through Thursday and Friday. Well, here's the forecast for boaters. A small craft advisory is in effect. Seas will be 4 to 6 feet and choppy conditions out there. As far as the tides go, a high tide will be at 4:46 tomorrow and a low tide at 10:31. Tonight, some fog developing and a low of 63. Will be warm. And then tomorrow, morning fog burns off, increasing cloudiness, showers and a few storms, mainly in the afternoon and evening. A high of 78. Southwest winds at 15 to 20. The extended forecast, clearing and cooler Thursday, cool on Friday, and then we warm up, but still a chance for showers comes back into play on Saturday, and then it's smooth sailing after that. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan wants the Trump administration to restore a government website highlighting animal abuse. The U.S. Agriculture Department's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service was suddenly removed from the internet earlier this month. The website had posted complaints and inspections reports documenting animal abuse in research labs, puppy mills, and other facilities. Buchanan is now the new co-chair of the Animal Protection Caucus in Congress. Today, he and 100 other members of Congress sent a letter to President Trump asking to restore the database. The White House is responding to the sudden resignation of President Trump's national security advisor. Retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn is off the job amid growing questions about his phone calls with a top Russian diplomat. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from Washington.
The White House on the record about ex-National Security Advisor Michael Flynn.
The evolving and eroding level of trust as a result of this situation and a series of other questionable instances is what led the president to ask for General Flynn's resignation.
Flynn forced to leave after he misled Vice President Pence about conversations in December with the Russian ambassador, just as the U.S. was hitting Russia with sanctions. We now know President Trump was told weeks ago that Flynn was lying. The Justice Department was surveilling the Russian ambassador and alerted White House counsel. Press Secretary Sean Spicer wouldn't give details of Flynn's communications, but claims a review found Flynn did nothing illegal. In an interview before his resignation, Flynn insisted he did not talk about sanctions, only about the Russian diplomats President Obama kicked out of the U.S.
The question wasn't did he do anything improper or illegal. It's the question of could he be trusted further.
The president's silent on Flynn, but he tweeted. The real story here is why there are so many illegal leaks coming out of Washington. Democrats demanding investigations.
There are potential violations of law here by General Flynn and potentially others.
Republicans, mixed reaction.
I'm not going to prejudge any of the circumstances surrounding this until we have all of the information.
There's a administration that is in significant disarray as far as national security is concerned, and they need to fix that.
Russian lawmakers call Flynn's resignation anti-Russian paranoia in the U.S. Retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg will serve as the acting National Security Advisor, but there are contenders for a permanent replacement, including retired General David Petraeus. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
California officials have lifted the evacuation order near the country's tallest dam in Northern California. Emergency crews are working against the clock trying to shore up the Oroville Dam. Over the weekend, the swollen reservoir spilled down the unpaved emergency spillway, leaving it badly eroded with a huge hole. Today, helicopters were dropping boulders to fill the gap.
I'm here somewhat reluctantly, but this is my home, and I've lived here in Thermalito my whole life, and it's kind of hard. I'm ready to leave at any second, but I don't think the threat's that great right at the moment.
More than a decade ago, 3 environmental companies warned state officials about problems with the dam's spillway, suggesting it needed to be armored to prevent erosion. And President Trump has now approved California's emergency declaration to help fund repairs and recovery. A follow-up now on a multi-million-dollar deal in the U.S. health insurance industry. Now, Aetna and Humana are calling off the $34 billion plan to combine the insurers after a federal judge shot down the deal, citing antitrust concerns. Humana is entitled to a $1 billion breakup fee after the mutual decision to call off the tie-up. This is the second major deal shot down in federal court and in as many months. Another judge rejected Blue Cross Blue Shield carrier Anthem's bid to buy Cigna. Anthem is appealing that decision. Also happening late this evening, Humana announced it will be the first major insurer to pull out of Obamacare exchanges by 2018. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Get ready for a night of love.
One time I didn't win, and I was passing catering on the way out.
You stole a shrimp?
I stole a shrimp.
Oh, you stole a whole platter of shrimp.
2 years ago, my son was born. Now he's running, playing, and learning to speak. When I look at him, I can't help but to see how free he is. I want my son to have the same freedom when he grows up. Protect our freedom of speech, not just for us, but for the future generations.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Look, I'm not an ideologue. I am an originalist.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Now, sports.
The opening spring training game is about 10 days away, but today fans turned out to watch the opening workouts. Pitchers and catchers hitting the field today in Sarasota. The full squad will be here by the end of the week. Some fans just love this time of year.
Are you from Baltimore?
I'm from Indiana.
You're a Baltimore fan?
I am now, sure. I come to watch them every spring down here. We vacation in Florida in the wintertime, and so I just come to the ballpark and have a good time.
The Orioles, they love Sarasota, and we love our relationship and being part of the community. Since the Orioles started training here in this beautiful facility, we've had a really good record.
Tickets are now on sale for spring training games. The Orioles will take on the Detroit Tigers in Lakeland for their first game on February 24th. In Arizona, the world champion Chicago Cubs are back to work as well. Chicago pitchers and catchers going through some easy workouts today in Mesa, Arizona. The Cubs winning it all last season, breaking a 108-year drought. 15th ranked Florida Gators on the road tonight at Auburn looking for their 7th straight win. In the first half, the Gators are down 32-26. The Tigers' Mustafa Heron attempts a layup and comes down awkwardly. He would be out for the rest of the game. Then later in the half, the Gators tie it up, but Casey Hill dishes the ball to Justin Leon for the transition three, and the Gators take the lead. The Gators go on a roll in the second half and improve their lead. Final score, Gators win 114-95. New legal trouble for Lance Armstrong. The disgraced cycling champion is now set to face a jury over a $100 million lawsuit from the government, resulting from his years of cheating to win the Tour de France. The United States Postal Service sponsored Armstrong's team, but now the government claims the Postal Service would not have paid more than $32 million to sponsor that team if it knew he was cheating. Observers say the lawsuit is one that he's fought to avoid for years.
This is a devastating turn of events for a man who used to be an American hero and now is just seeing one bad thing after another happen in his life.
The case was initially brought by Armstrong's teammate turned whistleblower Floyd Landis, who told it all to ABC News in 2010. Armstrong has mostly disappeared from public view and is now hosting his own podcast from the wine cellar of his home. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. We get competitive on our obstacle course, plus roping to get ready for the rodeo, banjo lessons, and the best lasagna in the kitchen. Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
How hard is it to stop a stroke? It is challenging, it is difficult, and every second counts. A comprehensive stroke center gives the patient a better chance to walk out with minimal to no disability. We are able to offer treatments above and beyond the standard 3 hours after the onset of a stroke. A place like Sarasota Memorial Hospital really increases those chances of giving back a better quality of life.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Married couples are celebrating Valentine's Day by saying "I do" again. The annual event is a tradition on Siesta Key and Venice beaches. It's a non-denominational service. Hundreds of couples had the opportunity to celebrate love and commitment as they watch the sunset.
I think it's very important that we have a town that honors tradition and commitment, and it's just a wonderful event for all of the couples.
During the event, they take time to recognize some special couples, like those who have been married more than 50 years. Last year on Siesta Beach, a couple was honored for celebrating 73 years of marriage.
That's amazing.
That is a milestone.
73.
That's a big one.
Yes,
yeah.
it is. A beautiful night for that. And
Right,
it looks
totally.
like a different day tomorrow as we'll see a transition as a cold front arrives, and looks like breezy conditions will be with us all day long. A 50% chance for showers. That'll come later in the day. As I said, probably after 3 o'clock, starting in Manatee County, then working its way down. And some of the storms could be strong. We'll keep an eye on that for you.
Glad they had that event tonight.
That's right.
Worked out well. See you tomorrow.